Okay, well, mine will be short unless you make it longer. But I'm just here to, there's a conference in Madison, Wisconsin through the National Association for Extension Agencies, Youth Development Professional, name the organization. It's a really long acronym. But I'm part of the organization in the North Dakota chapter. I'm actually president of mine, so there's leadership for the state. So anyways, long story short, it's professional development. And the conference is in Madison, Wisconsin, and this year they're taking a few different states and vehicles, carpooling together to save money on flights and stuff. I'm just here to get approval to attend the conference. I will get some funding from the state to attend, but some of it will come from my travel budget. So I will do Sunday, October 9th, and return Friday, October 3rd. 14th. It's like 4 nights. Yeah, come back that Friday. Yeah. Sorry. I wrote down I'm coming back Monday. I'm like, that's not right. So. I'm coming back. I'm leaving Sunday, October 9th, and coming back that Friday.
You shouldn't have any problems with your travel budget.
No, and this should be, like I said, the state will pay for part of it, and since we're actually carpooling, I think like transportation is like $163 per person. I'm sure it's not going to be necessarily an enjoyable ride to Wisconsin, packed in some vans.
Cheaper than flying.
Yeah, but and then lodging, I will have a roommate, so my hotel will be split in half. Yeah, I mean, as far as conferences, it'll be pretty long.
Yeah, anybody got any issues with Keisha taking that?
No, we don't have to make one.
No, everything's in her budget for, she's just.
Yeah, I just want your approval.
Well, congratulations.
National Association for Extension Youth Professional Development, or Youth Development Professionals.
What kind of conference is it anyway?
NAE4HY.
They didn't leave a lot to the imagination, did they, on that one? Yeah. Well, congratulations on taking a leadership role.
Oh, I mean, yeah, so, yeah, okay, that's all I got.
Perfect, thank you. Okay. Resolution and ballot language to increase county road and bridge levies to replace the farm to market levy. Okay, well, I guess before we start on that, since we're a little ahead of time, Joe, that agreement between the Corps of Engineers and Emmons, or the Bavindick and Emmons County, that ever get, I know you said you revised the agreement and sent it to the Bavindick representatives, did they ever return it?
I haven't got that yet.
So as far as you know, that's still in their hands? Okay, because Pat with the Corps of Engineers had called me asking if that got satisfied, and last I knew it was, you had sent it to them, and we're waiting for them to sign and notarize it, so.
I don't have exact information on that.
Well, I was just wondering about double checking on that, I guess.
I did also get the judge sign the order of the judgment in the Evenson case. So we've been go clean that up. You want me to schedule that with a different company? You guys want to use county employees to debate that?
I don't think I want to use the road department, because we're busy enough, so
Use it out of town. People that don't have connection personally.
I can do, or you guys want to do that yourselves? We can certainly call a couple of places and see if somebody's willing to come with them.
I would say look into it,
Yeah.
check in and see if somebody's interested in going out there. The only one locally that I would suggest would be Trash Incorporated, since they're the garbage company around here.
Okay. So I can settle them.
I don't know, I would say that would be my first call, just because I know they have garbage trucks and places to dump and things like that, so I would be, and the only other thing would be unless Custer Health has a list of contractors or something that would, do that kind of work that they're familiar with, I guess.
Did you and Custer Health ever do that drive-by? That one time you said they're gonna be down anyway, maybe we could just do a drive-by.
As far as I know, Custer Health did it on their own, because they never contacted me to do it, so I never got a call saying they didn't feel like they could access the property, and so I would assume that everything
That was when she did her inspection.
Right.
She did drive by, she mentioned that she was going to
I just told her to contact me if she felt like she needed help or access or something, and then, but she never did, so I'm assuming she got access.
Yeah, she took photographs,
Okay.
she wrote up a little letter. Then the sheriff's department went out there, they took some more photographs. Here we can find out kind of a list of complaints going back to 2009. I filed all that, you never responded, so. We
Yeah,
got the default judgment.
I guess my suggestion would be probably to contact,
Copies of the order and the judgment.
Customer Health and see if they have a list of contractors maybe here.
Yeah.
And if you do check with Trash Incorporated or something, they would wanna do it, then maybe have them get with Customer Health, so they have some kind of semblance of what they need to do, or how, you know, not that you just hire someone and send them in, and then make sure we're all on the same page, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So what was it, everything he's got there has to be pulled up, they can't be selling anything.
No, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be,
That's why I think you have to work with Customer Health, because they're the ones that are gonna decide if it's cleaned up or not, so I
So
suppose
this
have
has
them.
been approved then?
yeah, it's over, and customer health really doesn't have anything to do with it anymore. County is.
I'm just saying that, well, yeah, I guess, I mean, but
Well, they might give us some advice, but.
my point is that they're the ones that establish that it's a nuisance, that would be nice to just keep them in the,
Yeah, they
keep
were
them as a
one
part
of,
of it, because they're the.
One of the people we use. They make that determination based off of a different century code, and I sued, I filed a lawsuit on it.
Okay.
But it's also. The evidence that I used was mostly the sheriff's department, but also I used customer health. I mean, I guess it's up to you guys, if you want to clean up or you don't.
I'd say we have to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's been done
Otherwise,
before, it needs to get
it's a
done
waste of
again,
time.
so, right, so I'd say pursue it forward, try and find a contractor, and we'll go from there. Okay,
The other thing should probably settle right away.
I did not get to sit in when I had the hearings this afternoon, so I don't know what was
well, the
said.
difficulty that we have that's brought up is that, one, we don't have signed, variance, but, I mean, the evidence brought forward by Francis Crum states that they didn't even follow the variance, and they're basically encroaching again, so. In my opinion, the variance is null and void because they're encroaching again, so. They're encroaching on the part that we were even in agreement that they weren't gonna encroach on, so. The only other way that I can see going about it would be to have our own verification of it by someone, survey company, road superintendent, somebody go out and verify that it is encroaching.
You could clearly see it, I was up there.
I understand that, but you still have to have some kind of measurement, some kind of proof that they're encroaching in violation of the variance.
It'd be nice to have a neutral person do it. To be honest. Wow, I don't like the way he did it, yeah.
Because we went this way, you know how that would go.
It won't happen.
No.
Well, I just don't see why we have to honor the variance when they didn't honor the variance, so I'd have to say, at this point, we're back to square one, so. I think at this point, you almost have to just make them stay 33 feet off, and it's gonna have to get surveyed and done the right, trying to make an agreement like this didn't work, because they violated the agreement anyway, so. Amazing how you have to constantly.
And they already put it up then.
No, but I don't understand why they put their tents up that way. Nobody in this room ever agreed to anything close to that. It doesn't even follow the variance if those pictures are even close to accurate. But the only way to truthfully know is if we need to verify it ourselves before we go do anything else.
Are we gonna try to maybe have some sort of independent survey?
I'd say you almost have to. I mean, we can't assume that it isn't right. We can't assume
No,
it's
we can't.
right. So you have to verify yourself. And
I just wondered, did they assume they were on?
Well, they have to know, maybe telephone poles are all online. Why would you make them like that?
That just doesn't make sense, because we told them not until he got up to here. I don't get it.
that's the reason why in that variance, we specified a distance, that it was gonna be straight with it. I mean, that was the whole point, was to try and work together, and that obviously they either didn't relay the message to their fence builder, or they didn't understand it or something. And I know they're gonna be upset because they feel like they have a variance, but it wasn't signed, and I'm fairly certain we warned them not to build it until it was signed, and they went and they didn't follow the variance anyway, even if,
Right.
I mean, allegedly.
33 feet off center, no one would have a problem until they get
I would say allegedly, because we don't have full proof, we do have evidence, so I'd say we have to get an independent survey to verify it. I don't know what else to do, unless you guys have suggestions.
So who do we get to, who does that?
Well, there's all kinds of different surveyors out there. I don't really have a close relationship with any of them, so I guess you guys might know surveyors better than I do.
The only ones I can think of are the ones we usually work with, which would be like Wold Engineering, that are down here quite a bit.
Maybe we should contact them. Let them know.
Survey out the fence, tell us if it's on the right way or not.
Yep.
And if it is, let's switch everything up then, right?
It's gotta be done, I mean, they're encroaching again now, they're not even following the variance we were allowing, so they are encroaching on the right of way, which I don't know why they went about that way, but yeah. I will contact the surveyor, I guess, unless Joe's gonna take it upon himself, and you wanna do it since you're the state's attorney. Fine with that too.
So give me a clearance.
Well, Mike has always been our contact with Wolf, and I'm sure they'll send out a survey crew, and that's the way we always gone about it before, so.
You mean the pins are all there, I think, already.
Right, I think the main thing is staking out the right of way and seeing if that is, the stakes match with the fence, and if they don't, they're encroaching, then we'll have to respond, so.
If you know the area better, you might like the, if you want to get a call.
Okay.
And then you can just maybe tell them that, you can just send the stuff to you and CC me, or send it to me, and or whatever you want to do.
I'll contact Mike and request that section line and the right of way get, the survey part really probably doesn't need to get done, it's already been established, but they're gonna have to stake that right of way, and we're gonna have to see where this fence lands on the right of way. Go from there. Okay. Contact Mike for business. Now we can get to the resolution and ballot language.
Well, we talked about it this spring, about how that federal aid 5 mils is going away. And, you can put it on the ballot to try to, because the federal aid levy is going away completely after 24. And so what other counties are doing, and we can do this, the county road and bridge levy, you can levy up to 10 mils, commission approval, and anything over 10 mils, you have to go to the vote of the people. And so what the legislators were thinking about doing is that take that 5 mils away out of the federal aid, try to get it into your county road and bridge, but you have to levy for it. And so Joe typed up a resolution, a sample of one. He did this last spring already. So we'd have to change, like take the primary off and put the general on the bottom. But then on the second page, there's 3 questions that you guys should decide which one you want on the ballot. The top one says, shall the Board of Commissioners have the authority to levy up to 20 mils? And then there's another one where Emmons County currently levies 5 mils for the maintenance and repair, upkeep of the farm and market federal aid roads, and 10 mils for their county road. Should Emmons County Commission have the authority to levy an additional 10 mils? And then the last one says an additional 5 mils. Now with this county road and bridge levy, anything over 10 mils, you have to give 20% of the revenue to the cities. And I believe how that works is you take, if you're gonna levy, let's say 15 mils, so that's an additional 5 mils over the 10 mils. So you would take those 5 mils times what the tax evaluation is for that particular city times 20% of that. And that would be like for Lytton City would get, their share, Easton, Strasburg, Hague. And that's been in the Central Code for a long time already, that anything over the 10 mils in the county road and bridges cities get 20%.
20%.
Right.
To not each city, just 20%.
Yeah, 20% to each city. So what you would do is you would take, I did a calculation sheet here, let me find it here.
I mean 20% total then dispersed amongst each city.
Yeah.
Because if you do 20% of each city,
Yeah.
like would be any left.
No, there would be, because you would take the tax evaluation times if we're over 5 mils.
Right.
So you take the tax evaluation like of Lytton City times the 5 mils, whatever that came to, you give them 20% of that. I had it figured out. I'll find it here.
Calculate, yeah.
I I did a calculation sheet on that, I know.
So the county road that they're taking away, that was 5 mils we always got.
The federal aid.
Federal aid one,
Federal aid.
So they're taking that one.
yeah.
Well, they're not taking it
Okay,
away,
I
it's
did one
fires.
here. So like, let's say we would do an additional 10 mils, okay? So like Litton's taxable valuation for 2021 was $2,394,386. So if you would take that times the 10 mils, would come to $23,943.86. 20% of that is $4,788.
Yeah, that's explained a little bit.
So when I figured this out using the 2021 tax evaluations, it came to like $7,500 for all the cities. I just wanted to let you guys know
I
that.
prefer the third one.
So what if the people vote to go down? And
Then we can't levy anything more than 10 mils in the county road and bridge.
But, you know, would that be on the November election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about it last spring.
So, but how would you couldn't even get it in your budget though, could you?
No, we're good until 20, we can levy this for until
For the
20.
next-
I think 2024 is the last year you can levy.
Oh.
So I guess we could vote it down and we could try again in 2022 or 24. That's the reason why I'm trying to do it. You can't.
No,
Well, that's why, like, going to get
even
back
read
to the
this, they're,
third, you know,
no, they're gonna read this, and
they're gonna vote no.
right, if they won't understand.
So like now, with the 5 mils now, we would get in the 5 mils, which came to like 400-some thousand. So now if you use this last one and put in for another 5 mils, then 20% of that goes to the cities right away. You're aware of that?
I'm aware of that,
Okay,
but I just think from the general public's perspective of this, I think that one is the one that they're gonna read and comprehend the best, to think that, well, maybe, because you're saying in here that you said 5 mil levy will soon be expired. You're telling them that that's gonna be going away. And this county currently levies 10 mils. Should the county commission have the authority to level an additional 5 mils? Not asking them for the 10 mils like you are in the second one.
right.
So I think that one is the most comprehensible to the people. That's my opinion.
No multiple choice.
I was thinking either the second or the third one, because they have the best explanation. I don't find any argument with what Leonard just mentioned, so I would have to say the third one probably describes it best, because, yeah, I think the rule is we can't advocate on any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Really, I think that's part of that. So, when they ask you what you think about it, tell them to read the ballot.
We're gonna have this on there, we're gonna have the 911 on there, we're gonna have the airport on there. It's gonna be 3 county measures.
Tax increases.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, that's basically what it is.
I mean, there's gonna be more measures, that are gonna be on the ballot, but 3 from the county alone.
Well, I would say, I mean, I guess I'm in agreement with Leonard. The third one explains it the best. It describes what's going on, it's expiring, and the only way to recoup those would be to add it to the county road and bridge. So that's the easy way to do it, so. You want a motion on that?
Well, I should have a motion to adopt the resolution, and Joe, you got this saved on your computer, right? It's gotta be retyped. To adopt the resolution and to place the measure on the ballot, and I'll just mark that you want this one.
Yeah, I'll make the motion. Adopt the resolution, place it on the ballot.
There's a motion by Commissioner Weichel to approve the resolution as drafted. You don't see any amendments, anything you want to change, okay? Is there a second to that motion? Seconded by Commissioner Holm. Is there any more discussion? Do we have to add into the motion that you want the third option, or is that agreed upon that we want the third option, or?
That'll be typed in the resolution.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the third option, so just as long as that's stated, I guess. Any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
You'll type
Resolution
that up
adopted.
then?
Okay, well, that's it for agenda items, other than the miscellaneous stuff, so. Well, I believe we're on number 7, which would be the liquor license for Cat Tail Resort for a one-day event on September 3rd, 2022, on a tract in the southeast quarter of Section 8, Township 130, Range 79.
I'm getting there. There was something else I wanted you to look at too.
We're done with agenda items, are we not?
There's 2 of them. The first one on there, Cat Tail license.
So where are they guys going with that?
This is the blue.
Cat Tail usually has a live band on
Labor Day weekend, it looks
And he's
like.
shutting down his bar, right? Oh, he
No.
is? Oh, see, I had heard before that he was, so he's not.
That'll be transferring.
Yeah.
We're not transferring, we're just,
Okay, so he's not shutting down.
Yeah, this is just a temporary one-day permit, I'm assuming, for their party, so they can have beer gardens, bar outside, whatever. And, so everything seems to be
I
in
mean,
order.
maybe he won't, but
Right,
he's
but,
still getting a license.
he is paid, everything seems to be in order.
I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Everly makes a motion to approve. Yep. Motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Holm. Any more discussion? Commissioner Culver will be abstaining from that vote, I guess. So. Guess we will wait for him.
You done?
Thanks, Joe.
I mean, all that work. Huh?
Yeah.
Good, right? Means, you don't have 4 road run?
What's that?
You don't have 4 road run?
Yeah.
How's that?
That's fine.
Pretty good trail?
They had, 175 rigs out there this year.
175 what?
Rigs.
Oh, they raised quite a bit of money.
Yep, I don't know the number yet. We looked, of course, money bags haven't even been finalized, they're all just flat, it's done. So, but yeah, they had, kids, ATV, that someone had donated an auction item. And so first they did a bidding for 12 different cups that have a number in them. And so each of those cups went for $500 to $600.
What did they have?
Just a number, and then they go up there to the front, all 12 of them then, and each loser draws the next loser's number, probably down to 1. And he donated it back to have them do a live auction on it. The live auction went up to $5,100, and he donated it back to be auctioned again. And then it finally sold for like $4,000. So we're thinking that brought in like $18,000 just on that.
All right, Dave's back here, so we'll call the question. We have a motion and a second to approve the liquor license for Mike Kelch doing business as Cattail Resort. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Liquor license approved. Okay, looks like we have another liquor license. Well, we'll skip to 9 quick, so I have it right in front of me here, so. It's another liquor license, for Mitch Kramer doing business as the Blue Room. It is for, looks like a 1-day deal for August 14th, which I believe is the Ranch Rodeo for the Beaver Oak Valley Horse Grounds, so. Same thing as the Cattail, looks like the permit's paid for, everything's in order, so.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner White makes a motion to approve the liquor license for the Blue Room, is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Colbert, any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Liquor license approved. Okay, number 8 is a plat for Gadler LLC, parcel 401, part of Beaver Bay Walter Scenic Properties, Lakeview 4, which is part of lot 47, Beaver Bay subdivision, section 23, township 132, range 79. Josh, you looked at this,
Yeah, it's good.
everything's good, and
Yep.
seems to make sense. So this is a plat for multiple lots here, or just,
Yeah, about 8 lots.
okay? They
They
all
have the
look,
same road statement that those other Walter properties have. I made sure that on there, that on the right side.
what exactly is this?
I'm going up the hill to the top of Beaver Bay
Okay,
with the same maintenance. Paragraphs.
so these are on the, like, the west side of the road, like, kind of like these are the sloped lots.
Yeah. When you come up, yeah, I'm gonna zoom out. Yeah, you come up the hill before the T.
Okay, so it's further up the hill.
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
top of the hill.
Yep, okay. Well, all the lots look to be 1 acre or more.
Yep.
Which I know is a minimum requirement for sewers, because that's actually been adopted now, so. If you have less than an acre, it's almost impossible to put legal sewer on a lot, so. Meets that requirement. I believe the minimum lot was an acre on the ordinances, right, so it meets that requirement. Any issues, concerns?
No.
Seems to be. Okay, we have a plat. Gadler LLC for the approval of lots. Anybody want to look at them? It's pretty much the same thing Josh is showing right there, so.
You always draw them out right away, make sure all the measurements are right.
Yep.
Flat,
Mhm.
Well, that road is,
so. This road and then they're putting the one right here. But they still have the same road maintenance agreement saying that it's the landowner's responsibility on the plat. So,
So, all these lots that they're platting, and are already platted out. That's something that this summer or soon, I will be sending out letters to them, telling them that their assessments will be increased for, any of those lots. The state has parameters of you have to at least meet 4 of the 7 conditions before it can be switched from ag to commercial land. Because we are not meeting the 90% threshold for our assessed value being 90% of what they're selling for. So that is gonna increase our tax base quite a lot.
a little of that.
Yeah, so,
So you're saying now that they're planning it and developing it, it's probably crossing a lot of those boxes that move it from agricultural land to more of a developed lot, residential type scenario, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's anything we can really do about that, I mean, it's state parameter and they're developing the property, that's kind of how it goes, so.
Is there a covenant down there for the roads then?
I think, yeah, it maintains the same agreement that we always had with in respect to Walter's Road, was that the county basically is not responsible for it, so. So that's in there, so the road maintenance is up to the combination of landowners. Okay, motion to approve, deny, or table? Motion by anybody to approve, deny, or table? Should act on it in some way.
Everything, I mean, everything good then?
Yeah, everything's good. I moved it.
I guess I'll make a motion to approve it.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Holmes to approve the plat. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Wykoff. Any more discussion? Is there any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor of approving the plat, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved. You want me to sign this? Oh, you do? I just thought this was a copy.
Nope, I think that's a good thing.
And is a building permit for Joe and Janelle Schlosser to move a 26.8 by 60 mobile home and add a 26 by 26 garage on lot 1 through 18, lots 1 through 18, block 5, Templeton Development. It's in Tenwick, so section 5, township 133, range 76.
So they put that it was a 50-foot setback from the road. And I went out there and they got stakes, small stakes where the corners of the trailer are gonna be. This stake, the closest one, is right here. 33 feet from the edge of the road here. So I called them to make sure that was right. And they kind of brought up a valid point, but most of the Tenwick roads don't follow where the road should have been, where it's platted. All my maps, all my aerial images, depending on the year, they may fluctuate, depending on where the satellites are at, but this road is, on average, 10 to 11 feet north of where the actual road center should be, because theirs is really right here. So then I also looked at, because in our book here, if it's within that 40, because it's 40 feet for the frontage for residential, before the average of surrounding structures that are used in similar manner. So there's a house that's like, I think one over here is 37 feet. This old one was 35 feet. I didn't see anything less than that. So I asked them if they could move that further away. And they said how it lays, they could probably do 2 more feet north, make it up 35 feet.
That's from the edge of the road or the center?
The edge, and that's kind of how I read it. I think it's frontage is the line, or how it's wooded in there. All our setbacks
That's
from the
considered
roads.
residential in Tenwick, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the few places that actually is.
She sounded a lot more variable when she was bringing it in. Oh yeah, we'll just adjust it, because we weren't sure how he was
I talked to Joe.
measuring.
I talked to Joe, and he said he measured 50, but he's like, oh, did you go from that corner straight to the road? I'm like, yeah, 90-degree angle from the road is the closest around. Oh, I probably measured wrong. So,
She's like, I'll just build it more.
but then, yeah, they brought up too, though, people keep driving further north to get away from the trees, and it makes that road further north than what, and you can see in Tenwick there. Like, here's where Washington Avenue should be, and road's not where it's was originally platted it. That's what I got. She says frontage, it says frontage. think our setbacks are like diagonals is from road edge, if I remember, so that's all instead of with residential.
So what's it supposed to be on that? 50?
40,
That's 35.
33. And they said, Joe said he did probably go a couple more feet, so he could make it 35. Well, I guess she said she could do more, but I didn't talk to her.
Yeah.
Is, well, see, that's the thing, like, so like our setbacks from highways and everything else, and agriculture and recreation, it's minimum setback from center line, but when you look at our residential setbacks, and it's from frontage,
Right from the edge.
so. Yeah, it doesn't say center line then for residential,
So from the center line, it would be.
it'd be, yeah, 7, that would make it 40. It's a narrow road, but it should be a little wider than what it is. It's not trail.
With snow. That goes snow there.
Clinic's pretty much on their own for snow maintenance anyway, so in that regard, I don't think anybody goes in there. Maybe an emergency case, but. So to be clear, the minimum, when you're talking about a front yard setback, 40 feet from all frontages, is that considered from the center line? Because that's what it seems that's. I mean,
It would have been from the edge, because it didn't specifically say center line.
I just know that when you go to item, like if you're on page 34,
Yeah, from the
under item B, I know, but it says minimum setbacks from center lines may be determined, but I mean, it doesn't say anything about anything but setbacks from center lines, so. I don't know where else.
Yeah, that was under a different line.
Is it the
So
edge of the road proper, because what if it's not the proper width? You know what, I mean, you'd almost try and base it off the center line, cause that would probably be.
Yeah,
Then the
because
center
it's
line's
all,
not in the right place.
Well,
if I think of that center line.
Right,
it'd be
I'm just trying to verify in the book, but it seems to me in the book, they're kind of placing it off center line. The design center line, they're well off probably. But where the actual road is.
Yeah, if it was based on the actual center line.
But they do
1950 was-
own both sides of the road, do they not? Don't they own lots 1 through 18?
That's up here. This whole block.
Oh, that's
So they got
those,
this and
okay,
this.
it's block 5, okay, so they don't own
They
the
got
other.
this whole block.
Right, okay.
I mean, if it ever came to the debate, they could say, well, in the center line,
Yeah. They have 50 plus from the actual center line. That's fine.
Well, that's the case, was the road built on the proper center line 70, 80 years ago and then slowly drifted to the north? Is it, I mean, it's not like a paved street where you can kind of, so I don't know what. Now, we're talking the difference of what, a couple feet though, we're talking. I don't know how you can tell them to move it when you don't quite understand exactly where the center line is, and it's not like it's 10 feet, it's 30 some odd feet. We're talking they probably are in compliance if you base it off one part, not in compliance with the other based on a couple feet. I guess in my opinion, I don't have a problem with it.
Denise said, they said they could move it a little bit, right?
The wife was more than agreeable if they need to tilt it a little bit more to give it 5 more foot.
I mean, the only other thing to do would be to request that they go 40 feet from the edge of the road, since that's the only thing to verify it off of. And make it do it that way.
Well, I can go back and measure and see how it is from the center, if we're gonna go out center.
Well, that's what
And
I'm
I
saying.
can say 40 off that.
Right. In my mind, when I read frontage, I feel like that would be like from the curb, not from the center line.
And
But
that-
then again, the county for boulevard.
We have so many houses in towns that aren't, because I've measured, you know, around Linton,
Yeah.
and they're within 40 from their property line, you know, because the sidewalk, curb comes up so far, so that's why I was like, that's gotta be
Well, we also have
Road.
jurisdiction in the city.
Oh, yeah.
So.
When are they moving it? Can table?
Is there a date in there? On the
August
same?
8th. So this week's basically.
This week they wanted to start pouring piers, I think.
Probably doing that right now.
Not yet.
Well,
I'll do a contingent based on 40 from center and I go up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I
And
think
if it is a
that's-
couple more feet, Joe said that he has a couple feet of wiggle room.
okay. Well, I'd say go off the center line and just have them go 40 feet off of what you believe is the center line. Measure the road width, split it in half, and have them go 40 feet off.
I'll make a motion to approve of that. And then, so that way they don't have to wait till next month.
Commissioner Holm,
Contingent that it's 40 feet from the center road, right?
Commissioner Holm makes a motion to approve conditionally approve the building permit with the condition that they are minimum 40 feet off of the actual center line that's in place. And Josh is going to establish that center line. I'm sure it'll be plenty close, so. Yeah, we have a motion, conditionally approve the building permit, is there a second?
Okay. Let me find out more.
Seconded by Commissioner Culver, is there any more discussion? So all in agreement, we're fine with it, other than that
Alright,
provision that Joe's gonna, or Josh is gonna double check on? Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Permit approved. I should have dark out there all of a sudden.
Is it gonna rain?
I was trying to pull up and I really called me.
What'd you say?
That's what I was trying to pull up when Gary told me.
Tax abatement for parcel 52-0001 -0004 -000. Tax year 2021.
That's a homestead credit.
Homestead credit.
So he apparently didn't have a clue that he didn't turn in his homestead application last year. And was, I think because one of the other things is he's been just making payments on special assessments that he's behind on. So he didn't realize how big his balance got. So,
And he's eligible for abatement.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Everly to approve the abatement.
Who is it?
Huh?
Who is it?
I don't know if I can say. Say aye? I don't know.
Pass it around.
Yeah. I'd rather not say.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Weichel. Is there any more discussion? Any more discussion on the tax abatement? Total is,
don't have enough.
oh, you know, okay, the total valuations on here.
Yeah, the
That's not-
total valuation.
Okay, well, we have a motion, a second, is there any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor of the abatement, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abatement approved.
Okay, this next one is for the year 21 and 20, not 22. Yeah, they can go back 3 years.
So, yeah, this guy came in, didn't know it was something that was available to him, is currently struggling and put in app for all 3 years, and he applied for this year and the previous.
Because you can go back 3, right, Denise?
Okay,
And
we
he
have
qualified for 100%.
2 tax abatements then, right, because 20 and 21?
Yep.
Right, okay, so
Well, I got it all in one of them though.
right, well, it's basically the same abatement for years 20 and 21, so.
Yeah.
Motion to approve. Denied. Motion by Commissioner Holmes to approve the tax abatement both years, is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Everly, is there any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, so this is the one that's for inundated acres.
I've got a question in regard to the inundated acres. Would, I know in century code it says it must be approved by the county commission, but can you delegate that power and say as long as Josh and I are approving it? I mean, I don't think it's, to me, it seems like a sort of a overkill of bringing it to the board meetings or the commission meeting, for what should be sort of factual. And thinking that's a double check as long as Josh and I both are approving it. You delegate that power or that authority. I don't know how that works in
Has it always been this way? You know,
century code for that.
I would say it's always probably been before the commissioners, because it's a tax abatement, just like anything else, just inundated acres versus homestead credit.
Well, actually,
Well, it's a refund, I don't know, it depends.
now it's a refund because they're asking for this current year, 2022, but normally it wouldn't be an abatement, it's just like they may apply for, and it was only because I pushed it so much this year.
Well, I guess I would say we probably just keep it the same. Probably be something more to maybe ask the state's attorney if there's some kind of precedent where that's changed or something, otherwise I probably wouldn't recommend changing it. Somebody's got a good reason. I understand it's a little redundant, but that's kind of just the way things are, I guess. Okay. So application for inundated acres, it looks like, 25 acres of, 25.5 acres.
Which one is that one?
This one is for Perry and Blake Vanderhorst.
That'd be just one.
Okay. It's just for years 20 and 21, but it's the same acreage?
Yep.
Is that how this is? Okay. So.
That's all good.
Yeah, that did 2 years.
Yeah.
20 and 21.
This is just saying,
Just 21.
saying that these 2 years,
Oh, okay.
they haven't had any, and that's what makes them
Okay, so it's for
qualify.
year 2022. Okay, I was looking in the wrong spot. So it's just for year
22.
2022. So. Everything checks out, so.
You'd be approving the inundated app and also the tax abatement then?
Yeah, it's an application for classification of inundated acres and the tax abatement for year 2022. Motion to approve tonight or table?
I'll make the motion.
To approve? Commissioner Everly makes a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Wyko. Any more discussion? Not hearing any. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They've been approved. Yeah, same spot.
And then here,
Signed or just initial?
initial.
Yeah. Second, please, right?
Yes.
It's been so long, I thought maybe it was the third. Application for classification of inundated acres and tax abatement for year 2022. Parcels 0200071194. Four of them there, so.
Yep, I'm looking for something else.
Bleach land and cattle.
That's what you believe.
For year 2022.
She came in while I was gone and got to work Josh on that project.
Okay.
Me too.
So there's actually 4 parcels on here. So, we're just, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Commissioner White makes a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Culver. Any more discussion? Not hearing any. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved.
Lots of signatures on that one.
Ah,
Mhm.
But you got initial, the first one. Which you probably did already.
no, I did not. All of them?
Each line.
I got tired of the two already, like we all are. Long day.
Was that Eric?
Goodness.
You started from second grade.
Doesn't work for,
Once in a while, it helps out, but it's kind of one of those. Yeah, once in a while.
Okay, everything is properly signed and dated.
Sign, seal.
Application for classification as inundated agricultural land and tax abatement for year 2022 for parcels 34-000-2683 and 34-000-2635. I could be that guy reading at the legislature, huh?
Nice, good for you.
I don't think I could do that for
I
more
don't
than
know
10
how
minutes.
he does that.
Okay, okay, it looks like this is for Sean Kelly Bergiad, looks like, approximately 55 acres, 2 different parcels, so 41 and 55 the other. Motion to approve, deny, or
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner White makes a motion to approve, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Everly, is there any more discussion? Not hearing any, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Inundated acres approved. I believe that's everything other than the bills.
Gee, thanks. Rub it in, rub it in, rub it in.
Love you all.
I'm sorry about the long agenda, you guys. Yes, I really am.
You look forward. Commissioner
Yes.
Chair, there's one thing I'd like to bring up.
Okay, go ahead.
We got discussed it last month with, with Al coming off probation.
Mhm.
Shouldn't he be bumped to, grader's wage right now? He can come off probation instead of waiting until the end of the year? He's under a grade, he would be classified under a grader operator,
Mhm.
so he should be bumped to that wage now instead of, otherwise you're gonna have a different increase. You said something about applying 8% to his wage now. Then all of a sudden we got so many different people with, a different wage. He should just be bumped to a grader's operating wage, like there's the other 4 or whatever, 5 or whatever there. Because that's what he is,
Well, I think what we discussed before is that, we don't have it, that wasn't really a part of the budget to change that wage either, though. It really should wait until the beginning of the year because we're changing that budget for the salaries.
well, I just, because when other people, when they come on probation, we don't have that budgeted in either, and we give them an added raise. So, and then I started thinking about it, well, it's the same thing, he's coming off probation, just to bump it, just like everybody else, to bump it up to what it should be. Because it's like everybody else, they comes off, when, she came off, or whoever comes off probation, we always give them we don't wait till the end of the year to adjust we give it to them now, when their probation's up. And that's what I looked at here,
we did a probation raise, that's why I'm very appreciative of you guys approved the raise.
I didn't approve anything.
Drop it off, sorry.
Come on, sorry.
Oh, you know what, I think they just started you out at what Nathan was getting.
No, you didn't make one, Nathan. It's been 4 years and I'm making one, Nathan.
you gotta speak up if these aren't going.
I didn't even look into it till recently when these old employees are starting. I'm like, oh, I wonder, you know, I didn't look up these
So
until
there's
6
no
months
bill
ago.
attached to them, but they want you to approve, that the bills will be coming in, so, yeah.
So what is John will sign off? And Skylar, just where do they all sign off on? All these bills?
Yes.
So where's their signatures?
Well, they would initial.
And it's usually in red.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But
One of
here-
them signed it,
but right here it
and
says
then one of
jail.
them initialed it. And then Aaron and I gotta sign it.
You know, and I'm not saying to go back to July, I'm just saying you put it in effect in August first. Instead of waiting, you know. I just think, I think be fair to him, because we do it for everybody else, it should be that way.
Well, I guess was Al actually officially put on probation? Was there actually something?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
And he was taken off?
He's on.
Yeah, you should take that.
Yeah, I think if the probation time is up.
Okay, you guys said the last meeting you're gonna give them like an 8%.
Then you got different wages, what I'm saying is we should just move to a greater wage, because then that way it keeps everybody the same.
Okay, because I think what you guys did last year is you gave a certain percent to different people.
Well, that was
Right.
only,
So let me go get what the salaries are.
Yeah.
So-
but, the road department all got the same wage increase. But Aaron just said put out to 8, but then all of a sudden, I start thinking, you're gonna have different wages then. Where Al's actually a blade operator, you want them all to be the same.
Okay, so whose do you want to know then? Okay, like Gar, he's at 25.56.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was hired before, it's just all the other blade operators are all the same.
Cody's at 23.99.
I think there were only four blade operators, 4 or 5. And John was actually in on that one too.
Who's another blade operator?
Dave Allenson, Dave Crum,
Okay, Crum, 23.99.
Allenson.
John Ibach, 23.99.
Yeah.
Allenson, 23.99.
That's what I mean, and there was, I thought there was
Um,
Matt Moss in this one, but,
no, you know, I mean.
Sean, he's
Sean
only,
Messenger.
he's 22.64.
Right, so he's not, so yeah, so he would just get bumped to what those 3 are.
And Matt's at 22.64.
That's what I'm saying, he should just get bumped to
$23.99.
23.99.
I would ask him for, just because he's off probation, and he's doing his job, he should be paid that.
So do we just put that in effect August 1st?
Okay, well, we're either gonna have to work on bills or handle this one or the other, so. A lot of you might as well handle it. You know, I guess, I mean, my intent when that happened was probably gonna be to the next year, so. I mean, with the budget side of it, so that's where.
Well, I was just looking at it, and it's probation, it's not, you know, it's not a budget item, it's, you know.
Right, but I mean, there's probation for new employment, then there's probation for, you know, corrective behavior, so I think there's probably a difference in the probation scenario too, so.
I just
I don't
think
know.
fair to him, I you know, I'm just looking at keeping riprap straight. And I just think fair to him, it'd be better to bump him now.
I think you know how I feel kind of.
Oh, I know how you feel about it, yeah.
I don't, you know, not to be disrespectful in any way, but.
And I think if time, I'm just using time being served, not to be cruel, but that time period has expired, probation has dropped, everything is kosher, he met all the demands during that probation, I think he should.
So no, Skylar, I mean, we probably should have asked.
Well, I talked to him, he said Al does an excellent job. He said, yeah, no problem, he said, in fact, he looked to Al to help him perform, and to tell the other guys how to.
And as
do
far
it.
as the budget issue, I mean, what are we talking? Are we talking to go from what it is now to what it should be, $2, $3? I don't know how much it is.
Right, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
It's
with
not,
the
right,
budget,
it's
just-
not a lot of money, I mean,
You know, that's what I think, you know, Scott, you know, talking to Skylar, he says, yeah, Al's doing excellent. He said, I have no problem with it. I go to him for information and for everything, you know, and that's what I'm looking at, you know. Al has to tell the other people how to do it, or how to put this on and stuff like that, and you know.
Restricted transportation costs, yeah, transportation.
Well, I guess in my opinion, I mean, it really wasn't on the agenda. We should probably maybe just.
Well, I was
discuss
gonna
that
put it on
next-
the agenda, but I didn't know if I should, so.
Well, I just think, cause we should probably confer with Skylar and stuff, it seems like something we're just talking. I see where you're coming from, but probably just double check, make sure everything is all on kosher too with that, I guess. I don't know, I just kinda feel like. I feel like we're getting surprised with it at the end, and I don't really wanna just discuss it at the end, I just feel like we should probably bring it up at a different time in the meeting or something.
Well, I didn't want it to be on the agenda for in the middle of the meeting or anything, you know, and stuff like that, because,
We probably should bring it up with maybe like with Skylar, or, you know, I mean, we got those. You know, I just think that's probably something we should probably discuss with them, maybe go through with HR once, just to double check and make sure everything we're doing is right, that's my opinion on it, I don't really feel like we should act on it right now, maybe next month.
Sure, I think maybe we can, but maybe we
Put it on for next month.
Right, well, I mean, that's what I mean,
Do it next month.
we got an HR person and stuff too, we gotta make sure we're going the right way about it, and not we have to circumvent it and go backwards on it, so.
And somebody should delegate themselves to contact her then and discuss it for the next meeting.
it shouldn't be me.
kind of a conflict.
Yeah, I can't be me.
I don't have no bill, that's all. Oh, maybe it's not. I will call Pam Barner and just ask her to either submit some kind of email or something for her. So.
A recommendation.
Right, that way I will call Pam and ask her what the proper approach is with that, just make sure that we're following everything.
Who signs off on
Skylar,
it? Skylar?
he goes through and he signs off on them, and then John also would sign off.
Well, John wouldn't have to.
We have two, Skylar wants two initials
He
on
was
all
taking
of
one
them.
mistake, that I don't want to really need him to sign off.
Well, the reason we had John, so we had two sets of eyes to make sure that it was getting double checked, so we're just.
And I'd rather have to make sure Skylar signs than John, because Skylar's the one in charge.
SP, where do you sign up?
You know, he does it for his own.
Well, they're supposed to sign off on them.
They should be, but there ain't no, where would they sign off on these things?
You just SP up top.
Okay, here he's got.
Oh, there.
That's all we got.
Oh, okay.
So it's.
Well, this one he didn't because it's John's himself.
Oh,
So John didn't sign his own.
okay.
which is fine, I don't care, as long as his is on.
Yeah, they should both be signing off, so why would you?
Well, yeah, to me, as long as he signs off, for sure. Because I don't wanna see just John's name on there.
Well, they made this policy that they're both supposed to sign off.
Which
Well,
one
there is no
did
policy.
John not-
It's just a policy where the road superintendent has to sign. The policy says,
Yeah, he signed off on some,
Okay, which one did he not sign
he
off
didn't
on?
sign off on some.
well, this one,
Okay, I'll have to tell him that he's gotta sign it.
Or,
yeah.
He must have forgotten.
this one he signed off.
This one he did. Well, there's quite a few.
Schmidt.
Yeah. Right. Quite a few.
I always thought he signed off on them, maybe it's just Sky
Well,
with
if he's
them.
still around, maybe have him come in and check him out.
I can have John sign it
That'd
if
be
you want
nice.
to.
Unless there's an issue or something. I don't know.
So Sky was signed off, you're okay.
They were in process or progress with that. Like the electronic time cards or the electronic.
I don't know if John made
Really
any
get
progress
it.
on that or not. It would make our life more,
I just believe the accuracy would be better.
Yeah. you know, why we didn't get that 6 months, because we were working on it.
You guys knew I wasn't gonna fire, so you didn't do it.
This is true. Why do I even try? Do you guys like those estimated tax statements? They're a waste of money, right?
Absolutely. All it does is raise question in people's minds.
So you have to send it.
Why do you think they're wasting money? Is it good to let people know what it's looking like?
Well,
It's not accurate, I mean, it's not really accurate anyway.
Yeah, but it's not gonna go up any higher, so they'll know that
They
that's
used
as
to
high as
send-
they get, and if it's a problem, then they can address it.
They used to send it out if valuations went up, so they knew their taxes were gonna go up.
Or we're technically still in session, and there's something that's not major, I can deal with it, that's not a problem. Okay?
Never mind. Never mind.
It's gonna rain.
Rain's fine, it's hail, I'm worried about the pickups sitting outside. Hail.
I don't want hail either.
Yeah, pretty bad down by Hagen, a few spots even like west of here and stuff, right?
Plus, the windows in my house. and-
Really?
Huge windows.
So you didn't.
On
do
your
that.
house you got busted?
Wow.
Really? How big was the hail?
Well, I don't know, it was done when I got home. That's what I thought.
Oh my gosh. Probably good
I
thing.
heard cold, and I got that, and I can do it.
Did they just crack or did they,
It must get cold down.
you must have pretty big size hail down there.
Actually, my four-wheeler, I put a hole through the fender of my four-wheeler.
Really? Wow.
That's pretty hard plastic.
Wow, that must have been big hail. Unless you had a lot of wind with it.
Well, Commissioner White looks like he's done with the bills there at the end, so. Motion to adjourn, you guys can leave at your leisure. Motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion.
Meeting adjourned.